Hi, my name is Maddie McKissack. I am a school counselor from Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm so excited to interview with Mehlville School District, and I appreciate y'all having me. A few things about me. I am graduating in May with my master's in school counseling and clinical mental health counseling, and I am in the process of moving to St. Louis in August of 2021. My top values are empathy. I believe that we should be able to put ourselves in another's shoes to try to empathize with their experience. Intentionality, the ability to go out of your way to talk to somebody is really important to me. And I think within a school environment is really essential for creating fundamental relationships. Adaptability and inclusion. And these two, because I believe that we don't know what every day is going to throw at us, what it's going to be like, and as a result, have to be adaptable and willing to go with harsh things that change. And inclusion, I think, especially in a school setting, it's really important to make sure that every single student is seen and accounted for and that they feel that their needs are being taken into account. That being said, I'll tell y'all a few things about my experience. I'm currently a school counselor intern at White Station High School. In my time here, I have helped with ACT prep and SAT prep, scheduling. I have done numerous individualized education plans and 504 plans. White Station is a very diverse school. It is about 59% African American and has about a 38% Caucasian population, and as well as different sects of Asian American population and Latina American population. Numerous ESL students, students with disabilities, LGBT plus students. I've worked with a diverse array of students from different backgrounds and cultures. At White Station, I've also done discipline intervention, working with students who have had crises, issues, had a caseload of about 540 students. At White Station, it's a school of 2,000 people total, and I have students from grades 10 through 12, letters K through N, and so a good bit of students. I think the way that I've been able to do it so far is by collaboration with faculty and staff and clear communication with community members and stakeholders, and communicating clearly with parents and guardians as well for the individualized education plans, 504 plans that I create with teachers and parents as well. I also at White Station have done things like Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month in my time there, which has been awesome, and done mental health screenings for students. And so it's been a wide variety from scheduling to doing 504s, individualized education plans, and doing crisis management, discipline intervention, behavior intervention, and mental health screenings. I've also worked within the middle school and elementary school settings, which I love because I am happy that I've gotten a good, diverse array of experiences and gotten to work with different kinds of students at points of their life. I also was a behavior interventionist at Threshold Montessori Preschool in my undergraduate career, where I graduated with my bachelor's degree in organizational leadership, and I had minors in child development and English. And in Threshold Montessori, I created weekly lesson plans that went through the social and emotional development of children ages 2 to 6 years old, and had to be a clear communicator and liaison between teachers and faculty as well during that time period. The next question states, and I love this, that it asks this, my personal counseling philosophy and counseling theories. So I like to integrate a few different kinds of counseling techniques within my counseling philosophy. It's a little bit eclectic. The first one I will say is multicultural. I've always worked with different kinds of communities in various roles of counseling, whether it be volunteer or intern or paid. And I believe that all counseling is multicultural. You can't have counseling without it being multicultural because there are so many different kinds of people. I'm also a very person-centered type of counselor. I believe that we all want someone to notice us and accept us and listen to us. And so, as a school counselor, I hope to be a safe space for students that creates a welcoming environment for them because students are in school 8 hours, 5 days out of the week, and it should be hopefully a joyful, good place for them to be. I also hope to be a safe place for faculty and staff members, community members, to be open-minded and adaptable. Under person-centered, I also love that it's all about unconditional positive regard, authenticity, and empathetic understanding because, as I said earlier, I believe that a lot of the time we just need somebody to listen. I also like to incorporate a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy because I believe that we are holistic people. So, focusing on the individual, looking at their backgrounds with multicultural theory, focusing on the person with person centered theory, and focusing on their mind with cognitive behavioral therapy because I believe and know from my studies that thoughts become actions. And so as a result, it's important to monitor your thoughts. So if a student is unwell emotionally or is having a hard time mentally, then it becomes more challenging for them to succeed academically or professionally. So I think that a big focus on CBT is looking at attitudes and behaviors and looking at what we can change about those attitudes and behaviors to create more effective individuals and contributors to society. I also really like that CBT focuses on radical acceptance and observation of thoughts and monitoring cognitive distortions, and have done this in my individual counseling and group counseling at White Station High School and White Station Middle School. And the last question says, how will I monitor caseloads of 330 to 350 students with testing, meetings, etc.? I am thankful that this question is asked too because it's something that I need to think about prior to being in the school setting. So the first thing that it comes to mind is multi-tiered systems of support for students. So I think for me as a school counselor, it's vital to collaborate with teachers, support staff to create a well-rounded experience for students. Next is the proper allocation of time. So making sure that at the beginning of the year, when I'm making a yearly schedule, the time is allocated properly for group counseling, testing week, tutoring, prepping for ACT, SAT, things like that. Making sure that daily tasks are effective and efficient and done in a timely manner, making the most of every single moment, and creating, like I said earlier, a schedule, but also one that's adaptable to when crises inevitably come up. I love the portrait of a graduate that Mehlville High School has within its mission statement of students trying to create students and people in the world that are creative and critical thinkers, self-aware, persistent communicators, ethical, and global because we are all a part of a bigger world. And I strive to be this way in life and would strive to uphold these ideals for our high school students as a counselor at Mehlville High School. And so I really appreciate that y'all have these qualities within your mission statement and would try to adopt these in being attentive for every single student. Going out of my way to, at the beginning of the year, introduce myself to every single student in my caseload and say, hi, my name is Miss McKissack, Miss M. You can come to me for anything that you need, if it's academic struggles, personal struggles, because our students are holistic people and deserve to be viewed holistically. And a lot of the time just need somebody to know that they need to know that somebody cares about them and is here for them. And I would love to be that person and collaborate with people at Mehlville High School to make the school a safe place for students where they feel welcomed and ready and excited to learn.